Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do something that was definitely a long time coming. And this, people, is the Tenroujima Island Arc Overview. That's right. Now, for those of you guys who are my Fairy Tail viewers, you guys have been asking for this for quite a while. And, I was working on it. Like, I was doing it. I was rereading the entire arc, watching the entire arc, and you'll be pleased to know, I guess. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Because if you like long videos, then I guess you will be pleased. I have 10 fucking pages. 10 fucking pages of shit. Of the entire arc, broken down section by section. 10 pages of the entire arc, broken down section by section. And I added a new system, which is a plus and minus system, which I'll explain right now. If I say something like this, all right, Gajil beats two members of the guild of the guild Grimoire Heart, +2, or let's say Mary Jane lost to Ozma, -1. Like that, I added a whole entire plus and minus system for each of the sections of the arc. And if there is no plus and minus for that section, that means either one of two things. Number one, the pluses and minuses canceled out, or number two, it was overall not important to the overall arc itself. But if I were to say plus something for this section, that means that this section had an overall positive effect to the entire arc. If I say negative or minus, then this section had an overall negative effect to the entire arc. And that's the way I kind of worked it out. So, like, we're going to see how it works out. And again, this is 10 pages of shit. So, please go easy on me. Because, oh my god, 10 pages. All right. So, what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to read off each section, page by page by page by page. You will sit down and you will listen to what I have to say about Tenroujima Island, and at the end, I will give you an overall rating for the arc. And the rating, of course, is going to be like a high school, grade letter rating: A, B, C, D, E. I mean, A, B, C, D, F. All right. Now, once again, this, people, is the Tenroujima Island Arc Overview. Okay, let's get started. The S-Class Wizard Promotion Exam held on the island. Natsu, Gray, Juvia, Levy, Freed, Elfman, Kana, Mest are the ones who get picked to take the exam. They choose partners. Natsu with Happy, Gray with Loki, Juvia with Lisana, which, by the way, was a really strange team, but, I kind of digged it. I did. Juvia with Lisana, Free with Big Slow, Elfman with Evergreen, Levy with Gajil, Mess with Windy, and Kana with Lucy. Now, when the exam starts a week later and the characters go to their respective fights, the only fight that was of great importance was Natsu versus Gildarts. And Gildarts during that fight, he said a quote after beating Natsu: "Fear is not evil. It is knowing your own weaknesses. If you know your weakness, people can become strong and gentle. That is what is necessary to become an S-Class mage." This gets +1, so +1. Now, after that, the people who passed the first portion of the exam are Natsu and Happy, Gray and Loki, after beating Windy and Best, Lucy and Kana after being spared by Big Soul and Freed, Levy and Gaju, who get a free pass, and Elfman and Evergreen, who kind of fake out Mary Jane. Now, Lily figures out that Mest is not a member of the guild. And after that, the next part of the exam was to find Master Mavis' grave. And they were given 6 hours to do so. During this exam, Elfman, Evergreen, and Natsu run into Zerf, who was already on the island at the beginning. And Zerf speaks to Natsu as if he had known him in the past, and claims that Natsu is still not capable of breaking or killing him. Zerf does a black wave and escapes, while Natsu's scarf turns white. While Natsu's scarf turns from white to black. And Happy hints that the scarf may have protected Natsu from Zerth magic. Now, if we look at the story now and we see them going back 400 years into the past, which is gonna probably happen, then maybe the scarf was originally designed to do so, to protect Natsu from Zerth. Now this section here gets +2, so right there +2. Now, Grimoire Heart approaches the island, and we get introduced to the 6 of the 7 kins of the 6 of the 7 kin of Purgatory. Ultier, who we've seen before, Zancro, Caprico, the Goat, Rusty Rhodes, Hiraku, Meridi, and their master Hades, who was the former guildmaster of Fairy Tail before Makarov. Azuma, who is the 7th kin of Purgatory, was already on the island. Now, Levi and Gagio encounter 2 members of Grimoire Heart. Gagio tells Levi to run and informs others of Grimoire Heart's presence, and she does just that. Only after giving Gagio some iron to eat. Gagio then proceeds to fight 2-on-1 and manages to win. This was good. When I say good, this was a good fight, and it was good character development for Gagio, and that was good. That was a great fight. I loved it. Right there, it gets +2. Now, Erza, Juvia, and Levi arrive. Erza, Juvia, and Levi arrive, and Erza shoots a flare announcing the approaching attack from Grimoire Heart, and then they halt the exam. Erza finds out that Grimoire's Heart objective is Zerth, and one of the 7 kin is already on the island. Now, Lily and Charla confront Mest, but run into Azuma, and Mest reveals that he is a member of the Magical Council sent to sneak in and find out the dirty shit about Fairy Tail. He calls in reinforcements, but the reinforcements, their ship, gets taken out by Azuma. So Mest calls in reinforcements, but they get taken out by Azuma, and then Azuma begins to fight Lily and the others. He easily takes them out with a tower burst. Cool ass move, raises his hands, tower burst, wood fire. It's fucking awesome, right? Makarov sees the approaching Grimoire Heart airship, turns into this giant titan, but Caprico transports everyone onto the island already, while Makarov attempts Fairy Law, but Master Hades does Grimoire Heart to counter the Fairy Law. Makarov figures out that Hades was the former master of Fairy Tail. They fight, and Hades easily outclasses Makarov. Again, Makarov, it was solid character development for Makarov, learning that the former master of Fairy Tail was the one who was coming with his airship and his new Dark Guild. Yeah, it was good. And then Makarov falls, and as he falls down to the ground, Laxus, wherever the fuck he was, he sensed that shit. Right there, 2 pluses. Alright, so +2. Now, Natsu fights Godslayer Zancro, is outclassed and gets blown away. Natsu is separated from the cats / Windy, runs into Makarov, who is beaten in the ground. Zancro follows Natsu and they fight again. Natsu, on the verge of losing, is assisted by Makarov and is able to eat and combine the flames of dragons and gods to beat Zancro. Natsu using tactics to win the fight, but by emptying his own magic to eat the god flames. But the fear concept was poorly used. It really was, right? Because the whole entire fear thing about knowing your fucking limits, well, no. It got nerfed, and in this situation, the positives and minuses cancel out. Now, Mary Jane and Lisana take on Azuma, who had just beaten Lily and the rest, and the cats. Now, Lisana gets caught in a timer tree bomb, and Mary Jane, after a one-on-one matchup with Azuma, sacrifices herself to protect Lisana. This was somewhat moving, +1. Now, Ultier beats Zerth because Zerth freaks out at some point and she's able to capture him because he freaks out. No. No. -2. -2. Alright? So right there, -2. Okay? Because this is the Black Mage fucking Zerf, alright? He shouldn't lose to fucking nobody. Fucking nobody but Acnologian. So the fact that Ultier beat his ass, no. No, and like, again, like, we'll get into it as we progress forward in this overview. Now, Wendy finds a partially healed Natsu Makarov. It is revealed that Grimoire Heart wants to create a world where only people can use magic to live. Zerf is the key to their plans. Rusty Rhodes, who was now on the island, engaged in combat with Elfman Evergreen with his Arc Embodiment magic. He beats Elfman and Evergreen by using this really cool ass fucking move, and then this fight was solid +1. Dranbolt, who is now Mess, Dranbolt, he meets up with Lahar because we find out at some point that Mess is in fact Dranbolt, who is a member of the Magical Council, and he uses teleportation magic to warp to Lahar, who has a ship that is circling around circling around the island itself, Tenroujima Island. And he meets up with Lahar, and then they proceed to inform the Magical Council of the situation at hand. Now, after this part, Gray, Lucy, Loki, and Kana take on Capricorn. And Loki figures out that he is using a magic called Human Subordination Magic. And Human Subordination Magic to throw off the others. They have a one-on-one match as Celestial Spirits. Capricorn figures out that Lucy is the daughter of Layla, who, Layla, and attempts to kill her because Lucy, via her mother, is the master of Capricorn. Once again, Lucy, via her mother, is the master of Capricorn. But Loki prevents this from happening. Loki figures out that a human has taken over Capricorn's body, and that human by the name is Zoldio. The human inside Caprico, Zoldio, proceeds to take over Loki's body, but Loki gave Capricorn magic in the last second, and Capricorn was able to remove Zoldio from Loki's body after the switch. Zoldio, because he had broken magical taboos, which, by the way, are never really fully explained in the story. Like, there are certain magical taboos that exist in Fairy Tail, but they never really indulge in these taboos up until, like, now. And in fact, this is like the one only time we have seen magical taboos being enforced in Fairy Tail. So, again, I don't know. But apparently they exist. I don't know, fuck it, whatever, fuck it, right? So, where was I? Yeah, so he was removed from Loki's body. Zoldio, because he broke several magical taboos, vanishes from existence. So, apparently, once you break these hidden taboos, you fucking disappear. Which, again, is kind of like they never fucking push that shit, but whatever, right? The overall fight was good. And it was good character development for Loki, and more about Layla was revealed. +2. Now, the revived Natsu, following a specific scent, runs to Ultier, and they proceed to fight. Kana and Lucy, who was with Gray, split up, and Lucy figures out the location of the grave of Mavis, and it is somewhere in the prior E-route, which was during the first section of the exam. And then Kana knocks out Lucy, and she heads towards the gravesite of Mavis, while Hiraku, one of the 7 kin of Purgatory, stumbles across Lucy sleeping. This was a good plot twist, but when it comes to it was a good plot twist, but this was actually regression when it came to the character Kana, because it was kind of like, did you really just fucking leave Lucy there? Deadass. So I would have given it a plus, but because there was a -2, cancel out, so whatever. Now, Hiraku and Lucy engage in combat, while Lucy is running away from Hiraku. She runs into Natsu, who was fighting Ultier. Ultier leaves to return Zerf to Master Hades, or to bring Zerf to Master Hades, and Hiraku goes one on 2 against Lucy and Natsu. And then Ultier leaves. Lucy Happy, Natsu do a combination attack, which is called Lucy Fire, which after all this kind of fighting between Hiraku and his magical doll thing that he can control you with if he has one of your hairs, it was really fucking stupid. But basically, they beat Hiraku by using a combination attack called Lucy Fire, where Natsu takes the doll with her hair on it, breathes fire onto it. Lucy is now covered in fire. Happy goes in a hyper fucking speed, and then he dashes with Lucy's doll, does a drop kick, and then kicks Hiraku around the face, and he's out. Alright? This fight was stupid. All jokes and gags. No sense of danger. None. No, zero whatsoever. And ended in such a lame fashion. Oh my god. Oh my god. The ending was so fucking lame. No. And plus, Hiraku, as a combatant and as a character, extremely underwhelming. -2. Alright, now. Ultir, who was walking Zerf, who was carrying Zerf towards the ship, the Grimoire Heart base, is seen by Gray from the woods, and Gray begins tailing Ultir. Now, Natsu, Lucy, Happy, after beating Hiraku, return to Windy and the Cats. But at the same time, Dramball, or Mest, fuck it, I hate his name, Dramball. Mest warps in there, and he wants to save Fairy Tail from Grimoire Heart by using his teleportation magic individually on each of the characters so they can escape. But of course, Natsu says, fuck you, we're not gonna leave. No shit. Duh. Now, Erza and Juvia engage in combat against Meredy, one of the Seven Kingdom Purgatory. Meredy is able to fight on equal level against Erza, and at the same time focuses a majority of her attacks on Juvia, thus overwhelming Juvia. However, this changes dramatically when Meredy states that Gray is her primary target to kill. Juvia, enraged, because when she gets mad, it starts to fucking rain. Alright, it starts to fucking rain. So it starts to rain, she gets pissed off, and Juvia, empowered by her love for Gray, goes in full offensive and pushes back Meredy without help from Erza. Juvia tells Erza to leave and help the others. Erza does that, while Juvia and Meredy further engage in combat. But Meredy is able to gain the upper hand by performing a magic called McGuilty Sense. And she links the senses of Gray and Juvia. So whatever Juvia feels, Gray feels. And what happens here is that even as this is occurring, Juvia continues her assault against Meredy. And Meredy, in order to counter her assault, links herself along with Juvia and Gray. So all three share the combined senses. But Meredy's downfall is that her emotions were also linked with her downfall is that their emotions were also linked, and before Meredy can kill herself, she also so before Meredy can kill herself in order to take her own life and thus taking the life of Gray, Juvia hugs her and they begin to cry together because their emotions are synced. Their emotions are all linked together. So if Juvia is saddened, by default, as is Gray, as is Meredy. If Meredy's pissed off, then as is Gray, as is Juvia. And not only are their senses of pain, physical senses linked together, but also emotions as well. And that is something that Meredy did not know about her own technique, the McGuilty Sense. And what happens after that is that we're here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, so basically, they hug out. So Juvia hugs Meredy, and they cry together. The McGuilty Sense ends, and both Juvia and Meredy pass out in a draw. The fight between the two was solid, but the ending... no. Alright, now, that being said. So what happens here is that because Gray was also linked up to the McGuilty Sense, he was also making a lot of noise. He was kind of crying. He was trying to subdue the pain that was being felt by both Meredy and Juvia. And what wound up happening is that he blew his cover, and then Ultir kind of gets behind him while he's tracking her. And Gray sees that. He prepares for battle. But what happens is that instead of engaging in combat against each other, Ultier reveals that she's in fact the daughter of whatever the fuck her name is, right, man? Fucking hate that name. Her name is disgusting, like literally. Like her name is fucking disgusting, alright? It's UL. Like you're gonna fucking throw up. Like what the fuck? Seriously. It's beyond me, but whatever. Basically what happened is that so she tells him that I am the daughter of your master, of your former master, and then Grey Khan's like, oh, like what? Freeze, and then so they go with that. What happens after that is that we cut over to Natsu and his party, and Mess leaves his party because Natsu's like, fuck off, we're not leaving. And then after that, we cut over to Erza, and Erza runs into Azuma. Now, after this, we cut over to the Fairy Tail camp. And the Fairy Tail camp, who were injured and who were recovering, so we have Mary Jane who's recovering, we have Gaju who's recovering, we have Lisana, we have, a bunch of people who are recovering and who are injured in the Fairy Tail camp were now being confronted by Rusty Rose, who had just taken out, who had just beaten Elfman and Evergreen. And what happens after that is that Natsu and his party, on their way back to the Fairy Tail camp, they run into Blue Note. Okay? Blue Note. So, Blue Note, who left the Grimoire Heart home base the moment Meredy lost. And Blue Note, when he confronts Natsu and his party, he easily overpowers them with gravity magic, man. Fall, like the two badasses in their freaking whole entire thing, Azuma and Blue Note, they have these techniques where like they raise their hands and shit. It's epic, right? Just like Blue Note does that whole entire fall, and then it's Azuma with the whole entire tower burst. Like it's really fucking cool. I like that. So +1, plus fucking 1. All right. Now after this, we cut over to Kana, and Kana finds Mavis's grave. Kana, after she finds Mavis's grave, there's a cut to her backstory where we see Gildarts being her father. And then Kana wants to become an S-class mage so she can tell Gildarts that she is his daughter. And by doing so, by crying in front of the grave of Mavis, by spilling her guts out, by feeling all these emotions, yada yada yada, she attains Fairy Glitter, and she runs over to help Natsu in the party. +1. Now, Blue Note continues to overwhelm Natsu and Kana and party, despite the fact that Kana came in there with Fairy Glitter. He's still punking her. He's still punking him, alright? And all the while, he talks about the one magic, alright? And the one magic, or the first magic spell, where all magic originates from, which is why he wanted Fairy Glitter. Kana gets an opening during the fight and performs Fairy Glitter, but this does nothing. This does nothing to Blue Note, and Blue Note, who was about to lay the smackdown, is now all of a sudden being confronted by Gildarts. And Gildarts comes out of nowhere to literally save Kana and the rest of the party from death. +1. Natsu, Kana, and the party leave. Gildarts fights Blue Note. Rusty Rhodes, who was about to take out the Fairy Tail camp, is cut off by Freed and Big Slow. They engage in combat. Now, as these two fights commence, so we have, and this is key, right? This is key. We have Gildarts versus Blue Note, and then at the same time, we have Freed and Big Slow, two members of the Raijin Chu, of the Thunder Fairy Tribe, whatever they're called, right? Big Slow and Freed against Rusty Rhodes, all right? With his Arc Embodiment magic, which I love that shit. I love that shit. All right. At the same time as these fights are occurring, the Erza versus Ozma fight is also occurring. So we have three simultaneous fights occurring at one given point in time. And Azuma, by using his Great Tree Arc magic, I love that shit, he is able to collapse the giant tree Tenro, the giant Tenro tree. And once the tree falls, the members of Fairy Tail seem to lose large amounts of magical power, and they have a hard time producing magic. +1. Yes, I love that shit. Now, Azuma explains that the Tenro tree provides divine protection to all those with the Fairy Tail mark on them. While the tree stands, while the tree stands, no member of Fairy Tail will die on the island. Plus, the tree amplifies magical power. This means that no matter how extreme or dire a situation is, as long as the tree is active, no members of Fairy Tail will die on the island. Terrible move by Hiro Mashima. Fucking terrible move, alright? Because this completely nullifies the sense of danger when it comes to the fights. And was an extremely cheap way to get the characters out of a vast majority of dire situations that they faced and that they were going to face in this arc. Meaning, before and after this shit was revealed. Meaning, when Gaijin didn't die, when Mary Jane, when she should have died, no, she didn't die because now we knew that the arc, as long as the tree's up, you won't fucking die. -4. -4. Work? No. As long as the tree is up, you won't fucking die. And you get a magic boost. You got a fucking magical power boost. No, like, not even up. As long as the tree is active. As long as it's active, you get a magical power boost. But you may still die, apparently. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid, alright? -4, alright? -4. Now, after that, what happens, alright? Okay. Azuma doesn't take Erza's magic. Even though the others have lost their magic because the Tenro tree is down, Azuma does not take Erza's magic. So, he wants to fight a strong opponent. And they engage in combat once more after using most of her armors, yet still not successful in taking on Azuma. Erza opts for an armor where she doesn't focus on defense and converts all her magic for offense. Azuma performs several attacks on Erza, including 2 Terra Clemare, which are these, like, just fucking, oh my god, I love this dude. Huge tree explosion. Fucking huge. And the second one, much bigger than the first. Much bigger. But Erza pulls through on all occasions, and at the end was able to use the power of trust and bonds. Yeah, it sounds cheesy, but whatever. The power of trust and bonds to seize the magic power of Tenroujima that was embodied in the second Terra Clemare, and propels herself towards Azuma, bypassing his obstacles and thus delivering the finishing blow. In his defeat, Azuma turns into a tree. The match was fantastic. The fighting was fantastic. It was epic. It was like, oh fuck, very intense, moving. Azuma delivered on all accounts. Listen, he delivered on all accounts. All accounts. However, the ending, really? The bonds thing? +2. Alright. I mean, I would have given +4, but +2. Alright, +2. Alright, because the ending, no. But still, good fight. Fantastic. Again, the ending itself, no. So +2. All right, now Magic returns. Okay, after Ozma's defeated, Magic returns to the rest of the guild, and after the guild have their magic restored, Guildarts and Freed and party quickly take care of Rusty Rose and Blue Note. All right, now here we go. Okay, Rusty Rose losing was a team effort by Freed, Big Slow, and the rest of Fairy Tail. The rest of the Fairy Tail members that were at the campsite. So it was an acceptable defeat for Rusty Rose. However, Guildarts versus Blue Note was a fucking bust. It was a fucking bust. All right, it was a bust. All right. One of the reasons is because this fight, as well as the Rusty Rose fight, were occurring alongside the Erza versus Ozma fight, and Hero focused much more on the Erza versus Ozma fight as opposed to the other two. Also, the strongest mage Master Hades had to offer, Blue Note, was taken out with one fucking uppercut. Like what? Like what the fuck? What the piss are you on? The strongest mage Master Hades had to offer, Blue Note, was taken out with one uppercut, where originally, let's key, right? Where originally, before Guildarts temporarily lost his magic powers, Blue Note and Guildarts were fighting on par. So the fact that Guildarts, once he regained his magic powers, was able to take out Blue Note with one punch makes no sense at all. Zero. Plus, this fight should have been much longer and should have gotten more spotlight, considering the fact that this was the first legitimate fight that we had seen Guildarts have, meaning with an enemy. So again, this fight was a huge fucking bust. 3 minuses. 3 minuses. 3. Now, next, Natsu and party. We cut over to Natsu party. Natsu and party arrive at the campsite to see a defeated Rusty Rose. Then we cut over to Ultier and Gray. Ultier attempts to trick Gray into killing himself by using Ice Shell on Master Hades. And Ultier herself has no intention of bringing Zeref to Master Hades. So she is not only betraying Master Hades, but also she's trying to trick Gray by using the whole entire "I'm the daughter of your master" thing. Alright? And what happens here is that Gray plays along with her trick and pretends to leave towards Grimoire Heart base as Ultier meets up with Meredy. Ultier sees Juvia unconscious next to Meredy on the ground and was about to kill her, but Gray, not fooled by Ultier's speech, saves Juvia. Him and Ultier engage in combat while an awoken Juvia chases after Meredy, who was running off with Zeref. So Ultier gave Zeref to Meredy so they could, go hide somewhere while Ultier tries to beat Gray and they can escape the island. Now, Gray versus Ultier ends off in a draw. Alright, so after the entire fight, it was cool to see Ultier use ice magic along with Gray, but she had the time thing too. So overall, the action itself, even though it was really cool to see Ultier use ice magic, the action itself was subpar. It was subpar, and the Ultier flashbacks in the middle of the fight, it completely downgraded the fight itself. Even though the flashback was good, it was a good flashback, it did take away from the fight itself. It really did. It really fucking did. It's the same problem I have with Itachi and Sasuke versus fucking Kabuto. We have a fight that should have been good, but because there was a fucking flashback in the middle of that shit, it completely downgraded the fight. Completely. So, what's happening here is that also Ultier being able to use the memories of her. So right here, right? So after the action was subpar, alright, the flashback, it was good, but it did take away from the fight itself. Also, the whole Ultier being able to see the memories of her mother because she was in the ocean. Oh, really? I mean, oh, man, come on, dude. So you're telling me in the vast ocean, in the fucking vast ocean, because what happened was after, like, in one of the later arcs, in one of the early arcs, after, because Ul had performed the ice shell, and Ul's body became ice itself. But once the ice melted, technically her body, which was ice, drained into the ocean, and now Ul herself is the ocean, I guess, which was facepalm. Yeah, and so when Ultier, her daughter, went into the ocean, and she saw the memories of her mother, which caused her to be emotional, and in a sense throw away the fight. Though she is the leader of the 7 kin of Purgatory. So right there, pluses and minuses cancel out, and so neutral. Now, Juvia, who was chasing Meredy, both run into a wounded Zonkro after fighting Natsu, and both are unable to stop him from taking Zerf. But Zerf wakes up and mentions Acnologia. Love that. I love that nigga. Acnologia. And with his magic, kills Zonkro and knocks out Juvia and Meredy. This is a plot hole. I'll be honest. I'll be fucking honest. This is a plot hole. Why? Because Zonkro was there in front of Zerf. And at the side of Zerf was Meredy and Juvia. Zerf performs his darkness wave, and Zonkro dies. But Meredy and Juvia get knocked the fuck out? What? No. What? They should have died. They should have fucking died. They should have died. So that is a plot hole. That is an undeniable plot hole. You could maybe argue that Juvia survived because of the Tenro tree, but no. Very simple reason as to why. The Tenro tree was still down. It was still fucking down, and Juvia was severely wounded from fighting against Meredy. And Meredy, she should have died. Meredy should have fucking died. She should have fucking died. She should have died bad. Just like Zonkro did. But Zonkro, he gets killed, but Meredy and Juvia, they don't fucking die. Bullshit. Plot hole, right? And Zerf walks away, but at the same time, Mesh, who warped in at the right fucking time, was able to see that shit, and he overheard the term Acnologia, and he returns to the Magic Council ship. And once he reports to Lahar that he heard Zerf say Acnologia, Lahar immediately decides to retreat the island. He immediately decides to vacate. Says, you know what, fuck it, we out. We out. We out. Like cheetahs in the mist. We fucking gone. So right there, +1. Plus fucking 1. That shit saved it. That shit fucking saved it. When Lahar was like, yo, we gone. We out, man. Acnologia, like, that was cool. That was, yeah. So that shit saved that. +1. Now, Erza, Gray, Natsu, Windy, and the cats meet up, and they go to take down Master Hades. The cats go on a side mission while Natsu and the party take on Master Hades. They go all out off the gate, but Master Hades is not damaged by their attacks. Hades attacks Natsu and the party, and they are overwhelmed by his power. After they are down, Hades begins to torture Natsu, but all of a sudden, Laxus comes in to save the day. And by the way, right here is one giant section. It's one giant section, so I'll go off and I'll mention the miniature plus and minuses, and then we'll total them up together, right? So, Laxus comes in and saves Natsu. Plus, Laxus and Hades engage in fierce combat, and Hades gets the better of Laxus. Then Laxus, before he goes down, gives Natsu all of his magical lightning power. Natsu then becomes electrified with the fire. And after this, and then after this power boost by Laxus, Natsu fights Hades alone and gains the upper hand, overwhelming Master Hades. Natsu performs the most powerful move we have seen him use up to date, Thunder Flame Dragon Roar, and damages Master Hades. +3, plus, yo, that shit, that shit was fucking epic. Epic. Look here. You're gonna see a clip of Natsu performing that shit, alright? That shit was fucking epic. I mean, it was like, yeah. That shit was fucking epic, alright? So, but, Master Hades once again gets the upper hand and removes his eye patch, unleashing his demon eye. He unleashes Nemesis and makes demons out of rubble, and everyone is paralyzed by the fear. +1. Though depleted of their magical power, everyone is able to overcome this fear by Natsu's speech, which is saying the exact same thing that Gildart said, and at the beginning of the arc. And to overcome this fear/weakness, they must get stronger and believe in their friendship. -1. Again, he's taking this shit in like the weirdest fucking context. It's like, really, dude? Like, man. Like, I feel that Natsu didn't learn a fucking single thing. A fucking single thing from Gildart's speech. But whatever, right? So, -1. With team effort, they are able to get Natsu through the demons, even though they're depleted of magic. They are able to get Natsu through the demons, and Natsu makes a head-on collision with Master Hades and punches him right in the face. Hades' demon eye deactivates, and the reason why this occurs is because the secret behind Master Hades' long life and overwhelming magical power is due to a giant heart located in the ship called the Devil's Heart. Happy and Charla break the container holding the heart, and thus damaging it as well. And thus as doing so, they deplete/cut off Hades' magical power. -3. Alright? I'll get into it later. At the same time, Ultier, though tired of fighting from Grey, is able to, after they destroy this container, and after Natsu punches Master Hades in the face, and he's now depleted of magic, in a way, we call her to Ultier, and Ultier, though she was tired from fighting Grey, by using her time magic, is able to restore the Tenro tree to its original state, even though Ozma knocked that shit down. And Natsu and party, because the Tenro tree is restored to its original state, the tree's protection rejuvenates the power of Natsu and party in the middle of that freaking Natsu punch. -1. Even though Natsu and the rest of the party have gained a magical power boost because of the rejuvenated Tenroujima tree, Master Hades is still able to fend off Natsu. But Laxus punches Master Hades in the face, and the rest of the party begin their assault, with each character doing a signature attack and Natsu ending it with a lightning fire combo attack. They are able to finish off Master Hades. -1. -1. And the overall rating for this section, for that fight, is -1. So out of all those miniature plus and minuses, Overall rating, -1. And let me go check one more time, because I'm pretty sure I was right. So we have 1 plus, then we have 3 pluses, then we have another plus, 1 minus, 3 minuses, another minus, and another minus. Yeah, so -1. Alright, fine. And the reason why is this, okay? Here we go. Listen to this, alright? The fight started off damn good, with the group going in all out with team attacks, unison rain, and other signature moves. Things got really nice, when Laxus came into the scene and fought against Master Hades. Even when Laxus gave his magic to Natsu, that was acceptable. And the lightning fire dragon war was fucking crazy. It was fucking crazy. It was fucking crazy, man. Crazy. But there's always a but. But the fact that Master Hades got up and took the technique, that in of itself was super fucking impressive, man. That shit was fucking crazy. He took that lightning fire dragon roar, got the fuck up, a magical change of clothes, and he was epic. Like, he was fucking epic. However, here we go. However, Natsu taking Gildart's lesson as simply getting stronger to overcome fear. Stupid. Nothing to do with knowing your own weaknesses. It's just simply getting stronger to overcome fear and friendship. It's no. Also, the Devil's Heart. Oh, God damn it. The Devil's Heart was fucking stupid as all hell. Really? If Master Hades had such a huge weakness, why the fuck were they fighting on the goddamn ship? By the way, you guys, please don't damage my ship, cause I have this giant fucking heart in some big ass container, and if you fucking break that shit, I'm gonna lose half my fucking magical power. What the flying fuck? Are you serious? It's like having a fucking rack of porn on your kitchen table. It's like, why? Are you fucking stupid? Yo! What the fuck? Seriously? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my goodness! Jesus Christ! No! Fuck to the no! Fuck to the no! Fuck to the no! Fuck to the no! Are you kidding me? Why the fuck? Why the fuck was he fighting on the ship when he had such a huge goddamn weakness on the ship? What the piss? Why was the ship out in the fucking open? And then Ultier restoring the Tenro tree. Oh, fuck! It is a problem since she had just fought Gray. And something of that scale, of actually taking the time and restoring the entire fucking Tenro tree should have been beyond her. It should have been beyond her since she just fought Gray. Plus, there is a serious flaw with Ultier, because she says that she can't use Time Arc on living things, yet she can use the Time Arc on a fucking tree. A tree is a living goddamn thing, Ultier. What the fuck? What is going on? Like, I don't get it. It's very strange. It is very fucking strange. It's annoying as fuck too, because it's kind of like, after the time skip, the time jump, and we see Ultier use her magic to restore their containers, their second magic containers in their bodies. It's like, what the fuck? I could have sworn you fucking said that you can't use your time arc on living things, which is the reason as to why when Gray made the blood in his ice and was able to punch her in the fucking face with that ice-covered blood, she couldn't use time magic to vaporize it because his blood, which has living cells in it, she couldn't age. It is beyond her time arc. But yet here we have fucking trees being manipulated by time. Bitch, trees have cells too. Or did you not take bio in fucking 3rd grade? My goodness. Fuck. Alright, okay. Alright. Plot hole. And the power boost. Oh, fuck. Right as Nacho punches him in the face. Punch. Power boost. Yeah, like what? Like what the fuck? I mean, super convenient. Super convenient. Fuck it, man. Alright, okay. So, and finally, the ending was lackluster and truly unbefitting of a mage of Master Hades' caliber. Oh man, it really, dude, seriously, yeah. At the end of the day, bullshit won the fight. After all that shit, won minus. Because the beginning had a lot of fucking pluses, but the ending had a lot of fucking minuses, and the minuses beat out the plus by 1. So, -1. Now, the guild meet up and head back to camp. Master Hades, who is severely wounded, Rusty Rhodes, and Hirako, who are apparently the only 3 members that actually got out of the shit, able to walk away, they leave the island on a severely damaged base ship. But somehow, Zeref got on the ship and confronts them and tells them that their evil thoughts had summoned Acnologia. And he explains that his magical power is... the reason why he lost to Ultier is that his magical power is held down by the weight of human life. His magical power is held down by the weight of human life. And if he forgets that weight, then his magical power will be at full power. And then he kills Master Hades. +1. Listen, right? I don't give a flying fuck with all you, right? Seriously, dude? Really? Really, motherfucker? I mean, look, you killed Master Hades. Good shit. Good. Good. Like, it was cool as fuck. It really was. So +1. But there had to be a few... Yeah, there was, like, 2 minuses in that shit. Because the whole entire... My magical power is being held down by the weight of human life. Are you fucking kidding? Oh, my God. Alright, okay. Now, after that, Merity and Ultier... So, after the whole entire thing, with Master Hades being defeated, Master Hades leaving on his ship, and then the guild leaving back to their base because, like, they won the battle. We cut over to Merity and Ultier, who escape on a boat. And Ultier tells Merity that she destroyed her village. And Ultier tries to commit suicide, fails. Merity saves her from drowning. And Merity forgives her because now she's like a full-blown older sister. And then they hug it out. Alright? After that, Makarov, after the battle, he suspends the S-Class Mage exam, and then Kana, at this point in time, we cut over to Kana, after the entire guild's chilling and they're relaxing, the entire guild is recovering from their wounds, and they're celebrating from their victory over Grimoire Heart. Kana tells Guildarts that she is his daughter, and he accepts her as his daughter. Hug out. Agnologia descends on the island, +3. Oh man, Agnologia descends on the island, +3. Fucking epic. Listen. Fucking epic. Considering the fact that this is the first time we see a real life dragon in combat. Because we did see a mechanical one during Edelos arc, but we're seeing a real life motherfucking dragon. And the king of dragons himself is coming down like, bitches, make room. It's like, oh, fuck, daddy. Like, damn. +3. However, and then, by the way, it did greatly add to the sense of danger. However, it was mitigated somewhat by the fact that the Tenro tree was up, meaning that they weren't gonna die regardless unless he destroyed the tree. So that's why. So instead of being a +4, +3, because again, the tree just takes away it takes away positives, man. The tree just sucks away all those fucking protons. My goodness. All right. So after that, all right, Agnologia comes down. He descends like a fucking boss onto the island. Everyone in the entire, so basically all the motherfuckers in Fairy Tail, they see Agnologia coming down, they're scared shitless. After some convincing, because even though they're scared shitless, we have Natsu, half-cocked motherfuckers like him, like, yeah, like, we're gonna fucking fight you and blah blah blah. After some convincing, after some convincing from Gildarts, they try and run away, but they fail. Makarov attempts to stop Agnologia, and he is willing to give up his life in order to give the guild a chance to escape on their ship. However, his sacrifice was in vain because his guild comes back to the rescue. -4. Listen, people, I can say it 50 fucking times, and you motherfuckers and you Fairy Tail fanboys will be like, no. Makarov should have died. Makarov had to die. This was his time to die. This was his time to die. This was the time for Makarov to die. And if Natsu had actually taken the words of Gildarts in wise and in respectable fashion, he would have ran away. Why? Because it is beyond him in order to fight a monster like Agnologia. It is his quote-unquote weakness. That's why Gildarts ran the fuck away. But no, they had to come the fuck back. And Makarov, who was going to make the ultimate sacrifice to save his guild as a true master, this would have rated, oh my, you people don't understand. This arc would have been a billion times better had this motherfucker had died. Because then, in the future of the series, we would have seen the transition away from Makarov into a new leader like Gildarts or Laxus, helping the story progress even further and beyond, and further and beyond. But no, they had to come back. I mean, the fact that let's very key. The fact that Makarov didn't die when he should have died completely stunted. It nerfed so much story progression and so much character progression. It was like, what the fuck? The dude should have died. It simply, oh man, stunted. Just he should have died. Very simple. He should have died. -4. -4. Okay? Now, Fairy Tail performs a team attack against Agnologia, and during that attack, we see Mavis for a few seconds praying. +1. Why? Because it's fucking Mavis. This is literally the first time we are seeing Mavis in the entire story. +1. Now, the attack, this unison attack by Fairy Tail the Guild, does nothing at all to Agnologia. Agnologia, he flies up and prepares for a breath attack. They, the guild members, in order in this time of chaos and I guess this time of reckoning, when Acnologia is performing the strongest attack of a dragon or dragon slayer, the breath attack, they hold hands in order to quote unquote store their magical power. Acnologia shoots the breath attack, and the island seems to have disappeared. Acnologia flies away into the distance, victorious. Plus fucking 4. Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! Best goddamn scene in the entire fucking arc. This shit was epic. Like, Acnologia. Acno motherfucking Logia. He makes this story so much better, you have no fucking idea. You have no fucking idea. The king of dragons, the black dragon, Acnologia, who treats... Listen, when Zeref was talking about Acnologia, Acnologia will not talk to humans. Why? Because to him, the dragon to human relationship is the equivalent of the human to insect relationship. Would humans talk to insects? No. Would a dragon talk to a human? No. Humans to him are pieces of shit on a Sunday morning sidewalk. And I fucking love it. Acnologia makes this story so much fucking better, you have no goddamn idea. Oh my god. Oh my. I mean, the holding hand things, it was gay. It was gay as fuck. But it didn't matter. It truly just did not matter. I took away 1 minus. That was it. Because the holding hand things, like, really, it's like you could have tried and, like, run away. Because that's what's wrong. I mean, hey, I'm just saying. I mean, they could have tried and pull some magic shit off, but no. You know, like, let's all hold hands and, you know, believe in friendship and bonds, blah, blah. But Acnologia. Breath attack. Boom. Oh. Fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Fucking... Love that shit. Alright. +4. +4. Now, after this, after the incident, after that particular incident, after Acnologia flies away, mad people see the explosion. Mad people everywhere. And then after the incident, the area around the island was searched for half a year, but nothing was found. And then 7-year time jump. Seven-year time jump. -5. -5. -5. And I'll explain in full detail later on. All right. If you're still here. If you're still here, all right. So if you're still watching this video, I'm impressed. I really am. Now, all right. After 7 years, we see a broken down guild house, and now Fairy Tail is a puny guild. Macau is the new master. They are getting bullied by a new guild called they're getting bullied by a new guild in Magnolia called Twilight Ogre. -1. So despite the fact that Fairy Tail had a list of other motherfuckers to aid them and to aid the guild, apparently none of them could step up. Fucking pathetic. Fucking pathetic. Pathetic. -1. Blue Note. Not Blue Note. After that, we see them getting bullied by Twilight Ogre. And then Twilight Ogre, they leave because they want their money and shit. And then all of a sudden, they hear an airship. Here it comes down, Blue Pegasus. And then Blue Pegasus tells them that after scanning the area, they have found out that the Tenro Island still exists. And a bunch of the members from the puny Fairy Tail, or the now Fairy Tail, now go over with they now go on their ship and they go to the island, or they go to the supposed location of the island. And then once they get to the location, they see Mavis, and Mavis is walking. She's literally standing on top of the water, and she's waiting for them. And then once she sees the ship of Fairy Tail, she calls forth Tenro Island from the depths of the sea. After this, what happens is that the members who are on the ship, like a Jet and Droid and yada yada, they run into the island following Mavis, and then they see Natsu, laying there. And then so apparently what happens here is that they see Natsu, and then they see all the other members. They wake them up, they follow them around, yada yada yada. And then what happens is that we get a cutscene of Mavis, and Mavis, after everyone is all waking up and they gather together, Mavis explains. She explains that, oh my god, she explains. I hate this shit. She explains that the barrier that she made was called the Fairy Sphere. And for 7 years, the magical power, no, not the magical power, the bonds that Fairy Tail had formed in their circle of friendship was converted into magical power. Fairy Sphere literally takes the bonds between friends and converts that bond as if bond was a physical thing. And it converts it into magical power in order to activate the Fairy Sphere. And also, during that time, they were in a frozen state. Which is why, even though 7 years have passed, Natsu and the rest did not age. Yep, you know what it is. -5. -5. Minus fucking 5. So you're gonna fucking... Are you kidding me? I mean, first of all, why the fuck? No. I'm not getting into it. All I'm gonna simply say is what saved them from the king of all dragons, the dark dragon, Acnologia, was a friendship barrier. A friendship barrier. That's what saved them. -5. And then Marvel thoughts, -2. Just for the fuck of it, -2. Overall rating for this entire arc, D. D. As in dipshit. D. Now, there is something I want to talk about, right? And this is like the quintessential issue. Not really the friendship barrier. The friendship barrier, it was fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible because it was like, ugh. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, seriously. A fucking friendship barrier? Like, no, nigga. No, nigga, no. But the main issue was the 7-year time jump. Let me explain in full detail, alright? You have these motherfuckers, Natsu, Lucy, Wendy, Happy, Gagio, Erza, all these people trapped in a fucking friendship barrier for 7 goddamn years. Why? Now, I understand that the 7-year thing is supposed to like tie into like the dragons and the Dragon Festival and the Eclipse Planet and whatever. Doesn't matter. it doesn't matter. Why? Because they literally could have ended this friendship barrier the day after Agnologia fucking left. But no, that didn't happen. Hiro Mashima wasted. He completely fucking wasted time and an opportunity to fully develop the characters. I mean, instead of having it, like, I would have preferred like a 2-year phase, you know? But it would have been more appropriate if we actually fucking see the characters grow and progress as individuals, and then 7 years later, they do the whole entire Eclipse plan and the whole entire, you know, Dragon King Festival and jump 400 years into the past. That would have been a lot more appropriate if we'd actually seen 7 years of character development when it came to Natsu and the rest. Also, what the fuck is up with this freezing shit? Like, why? Why the fuck were they frozen in the barrier? I mean, look, fine. Maybe if the barrier was supposed to be up for 7 years, I don't know why. One of the 3 great magical powers of Fairy Tail, the Fairy Sphere. Why? It will just be up there for 7 fucking years. This is a huge fucking plot hole, because they never explain exactly why it was up for 7 years. Simply put, it was just up for 7 fucking years. It was just up. We don't know exactly why. Mavis didn't say why it was up for 7 years. She didn't say that. She didn't say shit. All she said was that you were in stasis and 7 years have passed. It's like, why? Why the fuck? If I was a guild member, I would have been like, excuse me, but bitch, why the fuck didn't we get out the week later? Or like the day later? Why the fuck were we here for 7 goddamn years? And Mavis would have no fucking answer. She'd have no fucking answer. It's a fucking plot hole. It's a fucking plot hole. And it's irritating as fuck. Because, again, 7 years of a time skip, of an unnecessary frozen time skip, where the main characters literally do not physically change and mentally change for 7 fucking years. The biggest wasted opportunity in Fairy Tail. Huge fucking plot hole. Huge plot hole. And on top of all that shit, just downright gay. Just downright homosexual. A friendship barrier? Like, are you got... And at the end of the arc, we see Natsu and the rest. They return to their shitty guild. They beat up Twilight Ogre. And then that's it. And that is the end of the arc. And then from there, we go on towards the Grand Magical Games. Overall rating, D. D, as in dipshit. I'm done. Alright, an hour plus of this shit. I'm done. I'm fucking done. So you can't say, oh my god. King of Lightning, you didn't go in depth. Nigga, it's over a fucking hour and 10 minutes. Yeah. Kinda went deep. Every fucking detail. And at the end of the day, because when you total up all the minuses and all the pluses, if you have your basic form as, you know, neutral, so the way I did is that an average grade is a C. So what I did was that I took the neutral, you know, so neutral, like being the minuses and positives, they cancel out. That was my C. And every 2 minuses or every 2 pluses would increase the grade. And what happening is that at the end of the day, we had from neutral, we had an added on 4 minuses. Alright, 4 minuses. So we went from a C minus to a D. To a fucking D. There is no D plus. Alright? Fuck D plus. You know what, fuck it. You know what, fine. You know what, fuck it. D plus. Change the rating. D plus. Happy? Doesn't really matter. Still a shitty fucking arc. Still a shitty arc. Shitty. Fucking shitty, man. I'm done. I'm done. So King of Lightning, if you're still here, good shit. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And I'm signing out. Peace, and have a nice day.